All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. This is the part 2 of an in-depth analysis of the Gotham Knights trailer, the cinematic official world premiere. And if you have not watched the first part, I'd encourage you to go ahead and do that. I provide a lot of context based on the graphic novels where I feel this is being adopted from. Not where I feel, but where a lot of the rumors and the leaks and even obviously some of the villains and even protagonists have taken us to, and that is the 52 comics, volume 1 and volume 2 of Batman. So if you want to kind of get some reading material, I would encourage you to go, check out the Batman Court of Owls volume 1 and Court of Owls City of Owls, volume 2. These are 52 reboots, I think, and they are written by Scott Snyder. Art is Greg Capullo or whatever it is, and the crew that do all these DC stuff. So we've gone through the very first minute or so of this trailer, and Batman has just given his goodbye or farewell wishes to the team, which is who have been revealed over the course of this whole trailer. Drake, Todd, Gordon, and even Wayne, possibly. I think it's Wayne. Did I say Drake? Grayson is whom I meant. I don't know why I said Drake. That's Nightwing. And so everything jumps straight into gameplay. All the pizzazz and all the fiasco and all the fighting and all that good stuff. The pretty little stuff. This is the CGI trailer side that goes on next. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So I have to say, they're paying homage. This Batgirl, I'm a Batgirl fan. I don't know if you guys know. It's Batman #1, Batgirl #2, and then everybody else follows. It's really strange, but the reason I think I became a Batgirl fan is from Arkham Origins, because that was how Barbara Gordon's relationship with Bruce Wayne, that's kind of where it kicked off in video game world for us. I mean, yes, in the graphic novels and even Arkham City and Arkham Knight, they were already partners. They were already working together to be able, as his major sidekick. She is one of his most important sidekicks in the entire video game, verse. So that's why I'm a huge fan of her, in every sense and all that good stuff. So they start showing all of their logos, but they're all like Bat versions. Is that the clock tower? I don't know if it's the clock tower. It sure does look like it. I think it is. This is the GCN building. I don't know if you guys remember this from Arkham Origins. It's there in Arkham Origins. It's I think it's one of the first buildings you go to, and you meet Nigma to decipher and destroy one of his relay stations. That was the map they showed us. Bad guys and all that good stuff. A good old Robin. He goes in there for a little beating. If this is not the coolest way to actually show us our heroes done in any video game, I don't know, man. And that's Gotham National Bank. This is an Arkham Knights thing, I think, or Gotham whatever bank, because I think this might be I don't know if this is the bank that you go deal with Harvey Dent in. Who knows? This might be a Harvey Dent tip of the hat type deal. Maybe not, but it's just something that I caught and I thought, yeah, it would be cool to show you guys. And mostly, Barbara, pretty much her own Batgirl symbol, because I'm a fan. She's like #2 on the list, so that's good. And she's very Batman-esque. In fact, in the gameplay description, the developer that was walking through said, she's learned some moves that are very similar, is what he said. I think Batman's in this game, by the way. I don't know if you guys don't know that, but I think he's in the game. But I'll come to that conclusion later on. Okay. I just want to call this one out. I mean, it's a game, but look, she literally lands on one foot from that height and basically slams this guy into the ground. That suit must have like all the shock absorption in the world and all the weird kind of, you know, resistance features that will make that kind of fall just something that she could do in high heels. But it's pretty cool anyways. My man. My man. Yeah, to be very honest, this is probably my number 3 fan, you know, my number 3 character in the Bat family. Azrael is up there. I think Azrael might be number 3, but man, Jason Todd, he just has one of the most interesting story arches. You really can't negate him. You can't, you know, you can't count him out. And he's also very well skilled. If you watch Batman Under the Red Hood, that's what made me really appreciate the character much more than anything else. It was just so well done. And I like the fact that they put him in Arkham Knight. I wish they had done a better job with the boss fights, not just the Batmobile. But I feel like we'll be able to get our hands on the bad guys. I mean, think about boss fights, guys and girls. Think about what Warner Brothers Games Montreal did in the past. I can't see why people are upset. I think people, you know, could be more excited if they just look at the entire context. Yeah, did you hear that? Ba 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 ba. A traversal. Did you see the traversal from Batgirl? So she's traversing, you know, Gotham, and then I think Robin just jumped down from a building. He's probably traversing as well. That is the Justice League's, I think he said in the gameplay trailer, said Robin had just learned how to use the Justice League's computer for short distance transportation. So I think you'll be able to just jump into a mission with a friend if you maybe matchmake or something, or if somebody invites you to their party. That's what I think they're showcasing there more than anything else. And this is group play. So maybe if you're playing solo, and maybe, I don't know if you can take an AI counterpart with you. Maybe some parts of the story mission will allow for you to do that and run with an AI counterpart. But this is the dual play that you see in Arkham Knight. The way they implemented it, if you've played some of the modes, or if you get to some parts of the mission where you and Robin play, and then in some parts you and Grayson play. And then in the Matter of Family, Batgirl and I think, what's his name, Drake also play. So Robin also played together, and then there's some scenes where you can fight and swap around. But that's a Rocksteady technology. But they also they were the ones who developed that Matter of Family DLC. So I think they have, you know, the keys to the city in that sense. That looked like a ground ground takedown, like Batman does, where he jumps in the air and then throws a bunch of batarangs. And Deadpool also does the same. Not Deadpool. What's his name? Deathstroke also does the same thing as well with his little blow dart weapon thing. She just basically throws out these things like batarangs or some electrical whatever, and bad guys are flying in the air. So it looks like a ground takedown or like an air takedown to me. Probably going to be in your combos. Something about the combat. What is this? Is this like a challenge map or something? That's Batgirl in the Batmobile. She and Red Hood are racing to somewhere. This is in the gameplay trailer where she confronts Mr. Freeze. Boom. All right. Now, that's all the fiasco. That's all the pizzazz. That's all the craziness in regard to the trailer. To be honest, that's definitely something that I expected. They did a little bit of the plot building. They did a lot of the fanfare. And then now they're going to go into the Court of Owls. Now, when I started this video, I told you guys that if you hadn't basically seen these, I would recommend that you go get yourself a copy of the 52 comics, because just in this small portion of the trailer alone, they don't just let the cat out of the bag. My gosh, they let the kittens out too. It's so much information in this one, little section that you really have to go check out everything you can find on the Court of Owls. I think there's another another animated movie, Batman and Robin, that does feature the Court of Owls. So
no one talks about them. Not a whisper word is said.
The Labyrinth. They have like all these, it's just eerie, cultic, and probably has like all these talons in here that are being maybe prepared, groomed. Oh my gosh.
For if you try to crush them, then the town strikes you dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is crazy, man. This is so well done. I know the gameplay is causing a lot of hiccups right now, but I think this is where we need to start. I'll do some other videos analyzing and talking about the gameplay as well. I think I know exactly what they're gunning for, and gamers may not necessarily seem to be on board initially, but I think with the ability of this studio, who did the multiplayer in Batman Arkham Origins anyways, I don't know why. I mean, I'm surprised that people are like, oh, I can't believe it's a multiplayer game. It has multiplayer capabilities. It's not a multiplayer game. It's a game that you can play solo, but just has multiplayer to, you know, to be able to bring friends along. This is marketing. This is where many of these games are going these days. So I guess we'll discuss that in another video. But so far, so good. I think they did a good job with the trailer. I think the storyline is going to come from the 52 comics. I think it's also going to come from Batman and Robin, the animated film. And I think there's so much that comes with this that if you're going to go into this, forget soft reboot. Just think about another game based on a Batman storyline. And I think Batman is going to be in this game. There's so much you don't know. And imagine Batman showing up. Imagine him just crawling out of the pit that he's been. If you look very closely, when this whole Court of Owls thing is going on, Bruce Wayne basically gets attacked in Wayne Manor and all that stuff. And I think he gets taken. Is this volume 2 or volume 1? I can't really show you guys much, but you know, at risk of whatever, let's just go for it. So if you go into this very much, you find that Batman's actually gone missing. You know, it's crazy. I think he gets captured and he's in a labyrinth and can't find his way out. And he pretty much has to fight his way out through all of the mess that's in here. It's a very interesting read, you know, when he makes his way into this labyrinth and, you know, he gets set up and all that stuff. And it's pretty much a trial of Bruce Wayne, you know, where he almost dies and all that stuff. But and they're looking for him for days. This is Jim. And I think this is Harvey, another detective. And they think he's gone. You know, Harvey's about to turn it off. And, you know, Jim here says, leave it on, Harvey. But Batman eventually emerges in this storyline. So this is where I think the biggest surprise of the game is going to come, that there's going to be an emergence of Batman as the game progresses. I'll get out of your hair. I'm not going to spoil too much for you guys. I mean, many people are, you know, still in cahoots about all the other stuff, but let me go before I spoil something or break something even more. Hopefully we'll see in another video. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this, and I guess we'll see in another one. Peace out.